All right, what is going on, everybody? My name is Peter Del Tondo, and I am your host this week and next for the Adobe XD Daily Creative Challenges. I am so excited about these. We are going to get monkey bombed here in chat. Make sure you guys plug that in. And yeah, monkey business. Let's get a free font from Andrew today. Thank you, brother, for the kind intro. So we are going to jump right back into things because this is a short segment where we get to jump in and discover what is going on in Adobe XD, how to use it, and what you guys can do to level up and some fun projects along the way to level up your skills. And each day is a unique and new challenge focusing on a different aspect of XD. So it's really easy. Dedicate anywhere between 15 to maybe 45 minutes for these challenges. And hopefully you'll gain something and get some nice stuff in your portfolio. So without further ado, let's take a look at a couple of things. Make sure you join the Discord. Jump in there, bit.ly/Discord to come in and join us. You will see in there, as we go to my desk, make sure you check out the current challenge channel. This is where we are going to be doing reviews, myself and the other mentors, giving you feedback on the challenges that you complete over the next 2 weeks. I will be back on tonight, probably about 8:30 p.m. Pacific time, doing reviews live on Behance. So make sure you go check out my Behance profile and you'll get an alert when I go live. Tag me in there. Let me know that this is a challenge that you've been working on, what you're looking for help on, and I will review your work live and on stream. So that'll be a lot of fun. And let's see, we've got Vanessa, Akin, good to see you. I've seen you in like all the streams for the last month. Fantastic to see a lot of familiar faces. Evan, lots of good folks. Lastly, last of our intros before we jump into things, make sure you stick around the rest of the day. Andrew is going to be back again later, so if you had a blast with him before for the last 2 hours, come hang out with him again at 3 o'clock. We've also got Kyle T. Webster, the master brush maker, fantastic designer. Make sure you stick around for that segment as well, and lots of cool stuff. And Swirali, I will be doing the reviews of the music player from yesterday today. So make sure you submit that project, and later tonight I will be, I will be going through that. So without further ado, let's jump right into today's challenge since these are quick challenges, 2 minutes. Let's go. All right. So today we are going to be creating a guided workout app that can be used anywhere. Especially right now, mental and physical health is really important. So finding something that you can utilize in an app to maybe get in a good workout each day and give you recommendations as to what to do would be really helpful. So we are going to utilize plugins to speed up, and you guys are going to watch how fast I'm able to create this application utilizing a couple of cool plugins. So let's, without further ado, let's create some artboards, and we can work in, I like the iPhone X myself, and we're gonna grab a couple of things, and one of which, I'm gonna come over to my plugins as well, and I'm gonna come into this Icons for Design plugin, and I'm just gonna type in menu. And this is gonna, again, we showed this yesterday, give us a lot of cool menus that we can now utilize. And I can bring that in here and just kind of set up immediately some quick things. So I'm going to have a bar down here at the bottom. And I'll usually like this to be about 88 pixels in height. I would also encourage you can grab the iOS dev kit, but there is a small bar that lives down here, your home indicator, that while this isn't the precise sizing of this thing, it does live about, I think it's 11 pixels from the bottom. And so the reason that I want to have some extra space and height here is I don't want to mess up the user possibly interacting with that home indicator. So I want to give a little bit of extra time for that. So if I make this like 88, there's still plenty of room for my little gorilla fingers or monkey fingers to get in there and tap on that. And I'm just going to come in, I'm going to color block this stuff out. It really doesn't matter what color I'm using. This is all going to change. But I'm going to treat this kind of initially like a little bit of a wireframe. And I know I'm going to need things like home. So I'll just quickly start grabbing some stuff. don't know why that pulled that over there, but we're going to bring this icon here. I know I'm going to want things maybe like stats or a dashboard. Whoops. Dash. Let's go with stats. I like that one better. It's like that. Then I'm going to want things like maybe a calendar. And again, just real quick prototyping in this. And it's so nice to be able to do this really quickly, have a wide variety of options here. Let's grab, I don't like that calendar icon in material, but we'll do this one for now. We can always change these. And let's do a profile. Maybe I search user. There we go. So we'll do something like this. And again, we can change all of these items later. We're just going to quickly prototype because we don't have a lot of time today. So we're going to show how we put all of this together. And let me just refresh chat, make sure that's working. All right, so real quickly, I'm going to come in here and I'm just going to block this out. And again, I think I've showed this in a past stream. Maybe it was last week with Alexis, but I want to come in here and I want to make the width of this 343, since I know that's going to be my grid structure. And now I'm just going to divide this into 4 equal parts. And I know it's going to be slightly off, but we're going to round. And I'm going to create that grid. And so now what I want to do, just so I make sure that I evenly space these things out, is I'm going to pull all of these and I'm going to align. Really easy, but this is going to make things feel really natural. I don't necessarily want it going edge to edge, because even if you do align it from that, it often doesn't feel aligned. And then we get like a big oddity, and we want everything nice and consistent. So let's make those white. We'll darken this up a little bit more, kind of in that plum color again. I think that's kind of nice. All right, and so now I've got my icons. We can make this white too. All right, cool. So I've got something like that now. Bring this down maybe to like 80. 88 might be a little overkill. And I can also mess around with like, okay, that feels good. Bring that down right there. So we've got a nice little navigation. It feels very visually centered. I would play around with the sizings of some of these icons later because they feel a little bit large over here. But more or less, we're in the right range of things. Okay, so next what I want to do, and this is where we're going to start quickly building out with our plugins, is I want to create a shape. And we'll fill this in with something we can see a little bit stronger. And again, I'm going to go 24 out, minus 24. So we got 327. Actually, we can take that a little bit more edge to edge. Let's go 343 on that 8 pixel grid. And now what I want to do is I want to create a shape for some photography. So I want about 3 items in here. And I think that'll work nicely. We'll give that a little bit of space. Cool. And I'm going to send this one to the back range, send to back. I probably should be, but I am not a big hotkey user. But that would probably save me more time. I've just always been old-fashioned like that. And right click left and right. All right, so next what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here and I'm going to go search at the free stock, the stock image plugin. And here I'm going to do things I could search like gym or workout. So let's do something like workout. And so we've got some good images here. I like some of these that look like they could be done in a house. So I want a little bit of variety. So we've got an image or two here with some women. I'd like to see something with a gentleman as well, that maybe looks like a home workout. This one here works for me. Okay, so I've got 3 good images here and I'm gonna click apply. And now instantly here with Adobe Stock, I'm able to drop these in. If I wanna get a license for any of these, I can do so as well. And just for the purposes of this project, I would love to see this image is kind of dark and I want it to be a little bit more consistently kind of light. So I might say women home workout. Let's see what we get with that. Let's see. This one looks great. Okay, so I'm going to apply that in the top. Nope, that's a little dark. OCD, let's go with her. Okay, so great. I've got a couple of different images here. And now what I want to do is I'm going to create a secondary shape that is a little bit larger on top of this. And I'm just going to create a little bit of a overlay with a linear gradient. And I'm going to have it be transparent at the top, and on the bottom, we'll give it that kind of purple color again, just so it has a little bit of an effect. And I can bring this down. I don't want it to cover the whole thing, but I want it to essentially to give me a little bit of a foundation so that I can put text on top of all of these images. And so I'm just going to overlay this on each. Perfect. And then let's just group this. I'm going to send this to the front. All right. And now I can come in and quickly add some text. And so I could say something like abs. And we'll make that text white. And Cornell is asking, these stock photos are free to use. These what do they call them? Like trial images are free to put in here. They're going to be watermarked. You need to actually purchase a license to use it in your project. But it's kind of nice to have something to be able to show and prototype. And if you feel that then it is a fit for your project, you could go ahead and purchase that. So it's really nice to be able to have that access here with Adobe Stock. All right. And then we're going to come in. I'm going to grab one more plugin as well. And let's go back and add a star. And do this, cut that over. Cool. And we'll just bring that down a little bit, give that more of a yellow color. A little bit in the orange. Perfect. And now I'm going to come in and kind of create a star rating for these. Cool. All right. So we've got kind of the basis for all of these titles, which I now come in. Let's create one more. So I want, what's the time of this workout going to take? And so I'm going to add one more over here. I'll write justify that. And we'll say this is a 20-minute workout. All right, and we're just going to duplicate this, and we'll come down here and let's say this is stretch. And yes, somebody is asking, great places for free stock photography is going to be Unsplash and Pexels. They are fantastic. Crunch mode. And we'll call this, let's easy. Let's do a 10-minute workout. All right, great. So I've got kind of the basis for this, and I'm just going to move these down a scotch more. Let's give this page here a title, and we'll say featured workouts. All right, and let's give that some color. Let's move this back to the front. Bump that up. Let me know if you guys have any questions along the way. I'm going to do my best to check out the chat as well as we go, even though we're moving fast. All right, so I've got these items here. I probably want to do something too that shows an indication of like which item I'm on. So I might come in here, and I'm going to cheat it at the moment, but I could bring down the color here, or I could do something like an indicator. I think in my previous mock of this, I had used filled versus outline icons. So that would be another good option. Or maybe I could do like a bar down here, like a little something like this, just to show some indication of which item I'm in. Really important to show those active states as well. So something to play with in your designs. We'll keep this kind of rough and loose at the moment. All right, so next, let's see, we want to come over. I'm just going to duplicate this and I'm going to delete a couple of these items, but let's say we selected the stretch workout. So I'm going to come in here, I'm going to delete, ungroup that, I'm going to delete these. And kind of like yesterday, I want to keep some of these items so that way they animate really nicely. Oops, let's bring that down to the right spot. Okay. All right. And then what we're going to do is we are going to come up with the workouts within this. So I might do something where, let's see, I could even, you know what? Let's get really complicated. We're going to delete these because we're going to go back a screen anyways. Because we want to think, how can we do some really cool things with the animation? I'm actually going to throw this all the way up in the back. And I'm going to arrange, send it back. And over here, I could actually transition this. Let's delete this middle item. And I'm going to come in and I'm going to pull these points down. We're going to create a back arrow with this. Hit enter. That gives me those anchor points. And again, this is kind of loose, but just showing you guys how this works. So remember from yesterday, because I'm going to keep the names of those layers consistent, that it's going to remember them. It's now going to show that as a back arrow, even though it looks super janky there. And we're going to see what that looks like. Next, I want to have some items where I now am going to float some things in. So maybe what I want to do is I want to have a description up top. And so maybe I'll grab the featured workouts. Let me throw that back here. I'll make that white. And we're going to call this the, oops, that. Let's justify it. Stretch workout. All right, and let's see, search bar. Yeah, we definitely should have a search bar. Again, we're just kind of quickly showcasing some concepts here, but I definitely agree we would want that. We could throw that up top and be able to look for, different workouts. We could also throw that in things like the calendar. Menu is smaller than the container. Oh, the container of the menu, it's because we want it to be consistent with what the outside container is. So if these items aren't pushing full screen, we want it to feel like it's within that. Otherwise, it feels off balanced. So it's nice to put those in that those kind of quadrants like we did earlier. All right. So next, I might come in here. I'm going to have like full body workout. Then I might add in things like duration. And we'll make that a little bit smaller. We could have this be, let's see, duration here. Then amount of exercises that we're going to have. Exercises. And again, I'm just going to kind of cheat that at the moment. But we'll come in and we could say duration, exercises. We'll move these over and we could say 20 minutes. And exercises is going to be 6. And once again, I could come over here and say like clock. And I like this. Actually, let's do a line icon. We'll make that white. Or we could even give it some color. Move this over. Move these back up. And over here, we might say things like weight, or I search gym. That's perfect. That's what I want. Something like that. And let me get the music back on there. All right. And real quickly, we'll just kind of pull this in and keep going. All right, so I get to see that information. Now I want to get details about what is going to be done in this workout. So I'll delete this for the minute. We can get rid of that layer. And maybe I want to come in and I want to shrink this down, and I want to do, say, more of like a full square. So I might bring this in. Let's do something along these lines. Let's go 48 by 48. All right. So we could do that. I want to put this on a lighter background. So I'm going to add this layer here. Actually, we'll just leave that for the moment. So we've got our workouts, and so let's see what we can do. So let's do a get started. And we're going to put what our workouts are. So over here, we might say we're going to do 20 band stretches. I'm a weights and like cycle person, so I don't know what the technical term for this one would be. But we're going to come over here. I'll put this here, and let's do times 20. And we'll just center all that up. Bring this over here, and we could definitely make this bigger. So let's do that. We want this to be much more readable because we want to be able to kind of glance at this information. So I'll make that bigger. And then I'm just going to come down and I'm going to repeat these. And I could totally use repeat grid for this as well. So we know we said 6 items. I'm going to cheat it because I want something else here at the bottom at the moment. So we'll say 5. And now, once again, cool. We've got that. And then what we can do is I'm going to go back to my plugin, and I am going to grab those images. So once again, I'm just going to grab several here, whatever is available, and quickly be able to bring that in. And so there's lots of cool things that you guys can do with this to speed up the workflow of these workouts, and easily be able to quickly prototype this out with these plugins. UI Faces is another one that I really recommend that you guys build out, because you could come in here, and if you were to search in your profile, you're able to come over here, and I'm gonna jump to this. UI Faces is a great one because I can come over here, I'm going to create several circles, and I can select the areas that I want it to go to, and I can put in filters of like I want both men and women, an age group that I would like them, and I want to go in. Oh, it now lets you select manually. That's cool. But I just want to apply randomly. And what this is going to do is it's going to go and find those images, and now I've got some great avatars to utilize in my project. Makes things really, really simple, really straightforward. So super cool. And with that, we've got what? 3 more minutes. So I'm going to cheat a little bit, and I'm going to show you guys the finished version of this and show you what we have here on the side that was pre-built, and just kind of walk through this. So what we've been able to do, again, just to recap, is we're able to come in and quickly and easily mock up and prototype any kind of photos that we want to have in here. So you can quickly go through, utilize plugins like UI Faces, utilize plugins like the stock image, and go through and be able to just grab images. And anytime you can be and improve your efficiency with programs like this, that you don't need to open up the browser, go to Unsplash or Adobe Stock, search for images, download it to your computer, open up your file, drag and drop it in. Like you see how much that changes the whole kind of flow of your workout, and you can be more in the rhythm and be more creative when you have those items that are quick and easy to do. So I really encourage you to go through and find the different plugins. Come in here and go check out all of the awesome plugins that are available to you and see what's of use. You know, Stark is an amazing plugin that allows you to check accessibility and contrast levels. You can do so many different things here. I really just say go in, browse, see what kind of things that are going to be useful to you and are going to speed up your workflow, and figure out how to, utilize that. Um, and yeah, I mean, Swarali here is asking, what about, wireframes and user flows and journey maps? I believe there is like a personas plugin. There's a lot of stuff here that you can utilize that is going to speed up those workflows. So I would encourage you to come in here and user flow. And there's user flows right inside Adobe XD with autoflow. So go in, take some time and check those out. There's a lot of great stuff that's going to be super helpful for you all. With that, remember, go and follow me on Behance. I'll type it in chat. It's going to be behance.net/Peter Del Tondo. And I will be live tonight around 8:30 Pacific Standard Time doing reviews of your guys' challenges. So your challenge from yesterday, your challenge from today, go ahead and submit those in the Adobe XD Discord, and we'll be doing some live reviews. Tune in and learn from other people's projects as well. Be super helpful. Make sure you stick around for Kyle, and we will see you all tomorrow for the next challenge. Have a great day, everybody.